Thanks for joining us. 4 teenage boys are facing criminal charges after the fatal shooting of a Champlin Park high schooler. 18-year-old Diamond Manley was found shot and killed in a car in Ramsey early this March. Law enforcement arrested 4 teens for the shooting on Tuesday. According to the criminal complaints, Manley was planning to sell marijuana vape cartridges to the teens when they shot and robbed him. The attorney's office has petitioned that they be tried as adults. 2 of the suspects are brothers. All are between the ages of 15 and 17. Investigators now believe they've determined a cause to an apartment fire in Robbinsdale Thursday evening. First responders credit a fire suppression tool kept in every squad car with preventing further damage.
Yeah, we would be talking about a whole different story, a lot more people displaced.
Robbinsdale Police and Fire observed a fire on a second-story balcony. As police approached the balcony, a propane tank on the deck exploded, spreading flames inside the apartment, 2 adjacent balconies, and a laundry room. No one was inside the apartment. Officers then activated a fire suppression tool to help prevent the flames from spreading. Police evacuated the building as firefighters worked to put the fire out. Nobody was hurt, but 3 apartments were badly damaged and 5 people were displaced. Investigators say the origin of the fire was an improperly extinguished cigarette. Many school districts in the Twin Cities area say they're facing large budget deficits for the upcoming school year. Based on survey data from the Association of Metropolitan School Districts, the Osseo Area School District is projecting an $11 to $16 million deficit. Hopkins is planning for a $6 million shortfall, while Brooklyn Centers is between $500,000 and $1 million. Meanwhile, the Anoka-Hennepin School District is expecting a $16 to $19 million shortfall. Superintendent Corey McIntyre said the district has already made extensive cuts and called on the legislature to increase school funding. We'll have his full statement at ccxmedia.org. The demand for senior care is significant in Minnesota. A new facility in the West Metro aims to help meet those needs. St. Therese celebrated the grand opening of its new facility in Corcoran. It's the culmination of several years of planning. The new building also comes after St. Therese sold its New Hope nursing home. The Corcoran facility has nearly 100 independent living units and another 50-plus units for assisted living and memory care.
It's one of the realities in the state of Minnesota are the number of seniors who are aging in need of great care and great support and services. So we're blessed, we're humbled to be in this marketplace, providing independent living, assisted living, and memory care for this wonderful community.
Last summer, in what was described as a very difficult decision and amid a pending workers' strike, St. Therese sold its New Hope facility. It became the newly named Woodlake Care Center, operated by Compass Healthcare. In addition to the new Corcoran facility, St. Therese continues to operate a senior community in Brooklyn Park. Saturday in Brooklyn Park, an opportunity to have a good breakfast and support citywide crime prevention efforts. The Brooklyn Park Lions has teamed up with the nonprofit Brooklyn Park Crime Prevention Association to host a waffle breakfast. All funds raised support National Night Out neighborhood block parties and other events, fishing with kids, and other crime prevention initiatives.
This is brand new. This is something the Lions reached out to us to collaborate with this and support the community. So the Lions is a great organization. They do so much for the city, and this is just another example.
A silent auction and non-perishable food donations will be collected for SEEP. The breakfast runs from 7:30 until noon at the Brooklyn Park Community Activity Center. Also on Saturday, an event that, for some, can be life-changing. Hearing Health Clinic in Osseo is hosting its inaugural Hearing the Call event, a campaign to help people in need impacted by hearing loss. The event will provide free hearing aid fittings and audiology diagnosis. Hearing experts say events like this have an immeasurable impact.
Hearing difficulty impacts so many different facets of our daily life. So not only does it prevent us from being able to communicate effectively and to be able to connect and be social and to be able to fully engage, But we know from research it also leads to a lot of different health conditions.
The hearing aid fitting event starts at 9 a.m. Saturday at Hearing Health Clinic in downtown Osseo. Video games are always popular with the young crowd. As Kevin Miller found in School Spotlight, they're especially popular at a New Hope Elementary School, where kids get to build their own game from scratch.
I fixed the coding and he made the levels and fixed all the glitches in the game.
At Sonnesyn Elementary,
This could glitch you, so we decided to fix that.
the Media Center is a testing ground
If the ball hits the red line, game's over.
where fifth graders prove their computer skills.
They start coding in about first grade. They learn how computers make decisions based on what we tell them to do.
Matt Schneider is a media specialist at Sonnesyn.
And then they get more and more complicated tasks as they go through each year to have computers decide between two choices or react to button presses, things like that, until they have all the tools they need to make an interactive game.
They turned a few clicks of the keyboard into vibrant colors and moving figures.
Just like music and art, coding and video game making is an art form that they really want to express themselves with.
Beyond the computer screen, they learn about themselves and each other.
And the teamwork we had, that it makes it really fun.
And even though they worked hard on these games, creating them was a welcome break from their regular days at school.
I'm lucky in that some of the things I get to talk about, they have an inherent interest in.
In New Hope, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Creating these video games was a capstone project for the fifth graders at Sonnesyn. They got to show off their creations and play each other's games on a special arcade day.
It has not been an easy road to the state final for the Wayzata boys basketball team, but the Trojans are yet again in the state Class 4A championship game. Ches Moots has highlights from their semifinal round win.
Wayzata and Shakopee facing off in the 4A state semis. The Trojans beat the Sabres by 27 on New Year's Eve. Great hustle play from Christian Wiggins. He tosses the ball up to Wyatt Macbeth. The Trojans get out to a 5-0 lead early in the first half. Everything was going for Shakopee in the first half. Some good passing leads to another deep three from the lefty, Luke Worley. Nothing but net. Sabres up 11. Wayzata was able to chip into the Shakopee lead before the break. Wiggins a little hesitation in transition, 2 of his game-high 18. Trojans down by 7 at halftime. Nolan Anderson got going early in the second half. Pull-up triple from behind the arc. Got it. The lead down to 2. A couple minutes later, Macbeth in the paint spins and dishes. Finds Anderson in the corner. Another 3 from the junior. Wayzata takes the lead back. Jump ahead to under 3 minutes. Sabres up 1. They extend the lead back to 4 after Isaac Cordes buries a corner triple. But on the very next possession, another Isaac Olmstead responds. No fear from the junior. Big time shot. Not long after, Olmstead hit another 3 to give the Trojans the lead. Then with a minute left, Olmstead pocket pass to Macbeth. Lay-in and the whistle. That ended up being the dagger. Wayzata is headed back to the 4A title game. They take down Shakopee by 4. In Minneapolis, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Maple Grove was back in the Class 4A boys basketball semifinals for the first time since 2021. Jay Wilcox has highlights of the Crimson matchup with top seed Cretin-Derham Hall.
4th seed Maple Grove faces top seed Cretin-Derham Hall in the Class 4A boys basketball semifinals. Henry Knutson finds Keegan Harney cutting backdoor for the nice hoop, and Maple Grove leads 10-8. Babakar Ann finds Bo Draheim late in the shot clock for a corner 3, and it's 15-13 Crimson. Off the inbounds play, Harney hits the jumper and gets fouled. Things look good for upset-minded Maple Grove as they lead 22-15 at halftime. After falling behind, Ann sinks a 3 to briefly put the Crimson back in front at 25-24. But it's mostly Raiders from there. JoJo Mitchell hits the second of back-to-back threes, and it's 34-28 Cretin. He scores 14 total. A great pick and roll here as Tommy Oneman gets the big dunk on his way to a 28-point night for the Raiders. Oneman even pops a 3 here as Cretin-Derham Hall overcomes the slow start to beat Maple Grove 63-49. The Crimson play for 3rd Saturday. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Heritage Christian Academy made the state Class A boys basketball tournament for a second straight year. The Eagles drew a tough opponent in the quarterfinal round.
Heritage Christian, the number 7 seed for the Class A tournament, facing second-seeded Dawson Boyd. The Eagles' Josh Choquet hits a jumper. He scores his team's first 4 points, and it's an early tie. Off a defensive rebound, the long pass ahead to Brayson Boyk, who lays in 2 points for the Blackjacks. They lead 12-7. Bo Johnson knocks down an open corner three-pointer for Dawson Boyd. They go up by a dozen at 23-11. But the Eagles get back into it before halftime. Abu Tarawali with an offensive rebound and putback. The senior finishes the game with 13 points and 19 rebounds. And then Choquet with a nice spin move to get free and to the rim, lays in 2 more. Heritage down just 6 at the half, 34-28. But Dawson Boyd gets out to a fast start in the second half. Carson Stratbone crashes the boards to get an offensive board and 2 in the paint. Blackjacks up 13. In transition, it's Boyd to Gunnar Liebel, who had a huge second half for Dawson Boyd. 12-1 scoring run to begin the half for the Blackjacks. Eagles guard Owen Haig nets a three-pointer from the corner. He scores 11 points in the game, but it's not enough. Boyk finishes the game with 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks as Dawson Boyd advances to the Class A semifinals with a 69-46 win over Heritage Christian. In Minneapolis, John Jacobson, CCX Sports.